The story begins in a quaint Connecticut town, where the streets are quiet, and the air carries a faint chill, as if foretelling the darkness to come. Lorraine Warren enters a curio shop, the kind of place where every object tells a story: dolls with cracked faces, old photographs, mysterious trinkets, and books with yellowed pages. Dust particles float lazily in shafts of sunlight that barely break through the grimy windows. The air is thick and almost suffocating, as though the building itself is alive with centuries of accumulated energy. Lorraine moves slowly, her eyes scanning the objects, instinctively feeling a presence she cannot explain. Then she sees it, an ancient mirror, its edges blackened with age, its surface unnervingly still. She is drawn to it, as if an invisible force is calling her. As she reaches out, the mirror ripples unnaturally, and a horrific, distorted face appears, its eyes black voids of malice, its mouth twisted into a snarl. A cold whisper calls her name. Lorraine shivers violently, clutching her chest as a sudden wave of labor pains overtakes her. Ed Warren grabs Lorraine in panic, helping her to his car. Outside, a storm has begun, with rain lashing against the windshield and wind howling like a chorus of unseen voices. Ed's hands shake as he drives, his mind racing between fear for his wife and the dark sense he can feel pressing against them from all directions. At the hospital, doctors rush Lorraine into an emergency room. She delivers a stillborn child. Silence falls like a weight. Ed collapses into a chair, hiding his tears, while Lorraine closes her eyes, trembling, and prays with all her strength. In that moment, the room seems to hold its breath. Slowly, miraculously, their daughter gasps for air. Lorraine weeps, cradling her newborn, naming her Judy, and realizing that this child is connected to something far greater, a destiny intertwined with forces beyond comprehension. 22 years later, the camera pans over the quiet streets of West Pittston, Pennsylvania. The Smurl family is moving into a sprawling, historic home. Jack Smurl, a practical and hard-working father, unloads boxes with a hopeful determination, while Janet, his wife, arranges furniture and pictures, eager to create a loving home. Their children run through sunlit rooms, laughter echoing off the walls, unaware of the sinister presence lurking in the corners. The house, beautiful but old, has a personality of its own. The floorboards creak, shadows linger, and the wind whistles through gaps in the windows. It feels like a perfect home, until the darkness slowly awakens. On the day of Heather's confirmation, the family is happy and busy with celebrations. Jack's father gives Heather a large, beautiful antique mirror as a gift. The mirror is old and has an unusual, slightly warped glass, but the family doesn't know it has a dark history. What they think is a special present actually becomes a doorway for an evil spirit to enter their home. Not long after the mirror is placed in the house, strange things begin to happen. During Heather's confirmation dinner, a heavy ceiling light in the kitchen suddenly crashes down, almost hitting her. This frightening event is just the beginning. Soon, the family starts noticing odd sounds, cold drafts that come from nowhere, and shadows or shapes moving where no one is. It becomes clear that the house is being affected by a powerful, evil presence that is now inside their home. As the strange and frightening events in the Smurl home grow stronger, Judy, now grown up, begins to notice that she can see and sense things others cannot. She experiences psychic visions, a special gift she inherited from her mother, Lorraine. Through these visions, Judy can sense the presence of the demon and understand how it is affecting the Smurl family. Her ability to see and feel the supernatural becomes very important, helping the Warrens and the family understand what they are dealing with and giving them a way to fight against the evil force that is threatening their home. Ed and Lorraine Warren are semi-retired, living quietly and trying to leave behind the horrors of their past cases. Their daughter Judy is now grown up and engaged, and her parents are relieved to finally focus on family life instead of constant danger. Ed's health struggles make Lorraine even more protective of him, and the couple hopes to enjoy peace while preparing for Judy's future. But their quiet life is interrupted when Father Gordon approaches them with a disturbing new case. Despite his pleas, the Warrens refuse, insisting they cannot risk being dragged back into darkness. Tragedy soon follows. Father Gordon goes to the Diocese of Scranton to seek help with the Smurl family haunting. While there, he is attacked by a demonic force, manipulated, and eventually driven to his death. The loss of Father Gordon shakes Ed and Lorraine deeply, filling them with guilt and forcing them to realize that even in retirement, they cannot turn their backs on evil. The moment Lorraine steps into the house, she immediately feels a heavy, dark energy, a sign of a very powerful demon. She senses that this evil is connected to the cursed mirror that Heather received. As the Warrens investigate, they discover that this is not just a random haunting. The demon is the same one Lorraine had faced many years ago, and now it has chosen the Smurl family as its new target. It is clear that the house is being controlled by a clever and dangerous evil that will take all of the Warrens' skill and courage to confront. The story is far from over. Continue the adventure in Part 2.